book of the prophet Jeremiah. I got really confused that last sentence of 25. But when I do it again, it makes it kind of clear a different way. So it says, He, capital H, right? Talking about God. He hath forsaken his covert as the lion. So he was protecting them as a lion, right? But he's quit now, right? For their land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppressor and because of his fierce anger. So it's both things. It's talking about God, why he quit. 2 reasons. Because he's just super angry and because they're so oppressive. In Judah, the kings, the priests, everybody. Okay, chapter 26. I had to think about that for a while sometimes. What can you do? You gotta see it in a different day or something. Okay, these look pretty long. Maybe we'll do 26 and 27. I'll try to go quick. In the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, came this word from the Lord, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Stand in the court of the Lord's house and speak unto all the cities of Judah, which come to worship in the Lord's house, all the words that I command thee to speak unto them. Diminish not a word. If so be they will hearken and turn every man from his evil way, that I may repent me of the evil which I purpose to do unto them because of the evil of their doings. And thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord, If ye will not hearken to me, to walk in my law, which I have set before you, to hearken to the words of my servants the prophets, whom I sent unto you, both rising up early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened. So, going back to Jehoiakim, I don't remember off the bat, he probably wasn't so good. But Josiah was good. Now this is his son. And the Lord came to him and said this. He said, You have to hearken to the Lord and walk in his law. To hearken to the words of my servants the prophets, whom I send unto you, both rising up early and sending them. But ye have not hearkened, you've not listened. Then will I make this house like Shiloh, and will make this city a curse to all the nations of the earth. So the priests and the prophets and all the people heard Jeremiah speaking these words in the house of the Lord. I thought they were talking to the King Jehoiakim. But maybe they're talking to Jeremiah. Ooh, okay, let's see what happens. Now it came to pass when Jeremiah had made an end of speaking all that the Lord had commanded him to speak. It was him. It wasn't. The word of the Lord didn't go to the king. It went to Jeremiah. It's kind of confusing. Commanded him to speak unto all the people, that the priests and the prophets And all the people took him, saying, Thou shalt surely die. So they tried to kill him right away. The priests and the prophets, the fake ones, they tried to kill him. It says they took him. Said, You're going to die. Don't tell us what to do. Don't tell us to obey the law. Get out. Let's see what else happens. Why hast thou prophesied in the name of the Lord, saying, This house shall be like Shiloh, and this city shall be desolate without an inhabitant? And all the people were gathered against Jeremiah in the house of the Lord. So, he's in the temple house, and these people got a hold on him because they changed everything, right? They're like, yeah, adultery, A-okay. No Shabbat, working on Shabbat, A-okay. You want to idolize other gods, pray to and worship the other god, A-okay. Now they just want to kill him because they want to leave it like that. And he's in the temple going, You're not even obeying the law. So all of these liars want to kill him. When the princes of Judah heard these things, then they came up from the king's house unto the house of the Lord, and sat down in the entry of the new gate of the Lord's house. Then spake the priests and the prophets unto the princes and to all the people, saying, This man is worthy to die. Why are they calling this guy a weeping prophet? Does it sound like it? He's telling them. He's going straight into this viper pit and telling them what the Lord commanded him to say. And you hear what's happening? They're trying to kill him. For he hath prophesied against this city, as ye have heard with your ears. Then spake Jeremiah unto all the princes and to all the people, saying, The Lord sent me to prophesy against this house and against this city all the words that ye have heard. Which is true, right? See what they're going to do. See what's going to cause. They are even told they're going into Babylon. It's because it's just gone so far. So let's see. What is their response? Therefore now amend your ways and your doings, and obey the voice of the Lord your God, and the Lord will repent him of the evil that he hath pronounced against you. Oh, he's giving him a chance even now. As for me, behold, I am in your hand. Do with me as seemeth good, and meet unto you. He's stuck. They're ready to kill him. He's just like, okay, do with me what you want to do. What seems good to you. But know ye for certain that if ye put me to death, ye shall surely bring innocent blood upon yourselves, and upon this city, and upon the inhabitants thereof. For of a truth the Lord hath sent me unto you to speak all these words in your ears. Then said the princes and all the people unto the priests and to the prophets, This man is not worthy to die, for he hath spoken to us in the name of the Lord our God. Oh, they made a decision that was right. Good job, everybody. Then rose up certain of the elders of the land, and spake to all the assembly of the people, saying, Micah. Remember Micah? That was a prophet, right? We read about him already, right? Not yet. I'm not sure. I'll draw a line. Micah the Morasthite prophesied in the days of Hezekiah, king of Judah. That was the good king, right? Hezekiah. That's one thing I will not forget, hopefully ever. That one I remember. And you know who the prophet was? Micah. Okay. Micah the Morasthite prophesied in the days of Hezekiah king of Judah, and spake to all the people of Judah, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Zion shall be plowed like a field, and Jerusalem shall become heaps, in the mountain of the house as the high places of a forest. Did Hezekiah king of Judah and all Judah put him at all to death? Did he not fear the Lord, and besought the Lord, and the Lord repented him of the evil which he had pronounced against him? Thus might we procure great evil against our souls. And there was also a man that prophesied in the name of the Lord, Urijah, the son of Shemaiah of Kirjath-jearim. There's my place right there. You know this place. No, I might have it confused. Right now I'm studying Kirjath Arba, right? And that's Hebron. It is also where the cave of Machpelah, where Abraham is buried with Sarah and Jacob and his wife, and one of them, not Rebecca, I think Leah, and Isaac first, Isaac and his wife. I forget her name right now. But that place is really interesting. I just found out in 1929 that place in Hebron, where the Anak came down, Kirjath Arba. I don't understand why they call it that, because Arba means four, and this king of Anak had 3 sons. That makes it 4. Is that why? I need to know. But Kirjath Arba, I need to know exactly what Kirjath means. Maybe it means like valley. Because this is also the same place where the 12 spies went and got those giant grapes. And you know where I learned that? Killer Priest podcast. Well, it was in Eshcol, but it's right there in that valley in Hebron, in the Anak, in the Kirjath Arba land. But you know what happened in 1929? They kicked all the Jews out, and they asked the UK for help, and they wouldn't. They were slaughtering them. The Muslims. There's some deep Masonic tie to this, because why all of a sudden, within 10 years, there is a complete World War II. What does this little teeny tiny place, Germany, even have to do with Jews? It's almost like, I heard this, I saw a video last night. I'm making this part up. The guy's just telling what happened in 29. He's like, yeah. The Muslims said, we're just going to kill all of you, get out now. And there was a war in this certain place, in the Machpelah cave, right? Thing that they have made a monument, and for whatever reason, all of these years, and it's gone into everybody else's hands, right? Terry, at first, right, it's Jew, because Abraham demanded to pay for this property. He bought it from a giant, from a Hittite that was there. I forget his name, but he was there, right there, in that land. Hebron, right there in that space where their caves are. And they've built this place. But the place is very interesting because nobody wrecks it. It's the Muslims would never let in 29 they locked it, and they have never let the Jews back in. But what I'm trying to figure out is who helped them, the UK. So the UK doesn't want to help them fight, but are you trying to tell me there wasn't some UK like Muslim spy that goes over to Germany and starts putting this stuff in Hitler's ear about Jews? yeah, man, we hate them. We just got rid of. It's like, who is the similar factor? It's the UK. And then the only time they got back in there was in 67 after the war, because they would never be allowed like up past the stairway. I think I talked about this before because it was really weird. But I need to find what Kurjoth means. It probably means like valley because, well, Kurjoth Arba means something for, right? Wahed Taleta Arba Hamsa Seta Saba, right? Mean for, Arba. So that is referring to the Anak, the king of Anak, the Anak giant guy, and then his 3 sons, I think. I'm not sure. But look what they're talking about. Kirjath Jearim is very important too. Maybe, I think it has something to do with Abraham, but maybe it's in Hebron, but I need to find this out for sure. How close is it to Kirjath Arba? So anyway, well, what happened was, then in 1967, after the war, they were finally able to go into that place after being kicked out of there for like 29, 39, 49, 59, like 40 years. They were in exile, whatever. They couldn't go to the site. And if you look it up on YouTube, it's really interesting. It's called Machpelah, right? Because the Jews, this is their father. The Muslims, this is their father. And through the years, way before this, just in the 1900s, like the Ottoman Empire, all this time, between the death, the most important part. So Abraham demanded to buy this grave, right? In the Bible, it's a great story. And the guy's like, oh, no, we know your wife has died. Please take it. And he's like, no. And this is such an important lesson, right? So important. He's like, no. He's like, okay, look, right, your wife just died. There's no possible way. He goes, no, I'll pay for it. No, here, just give me half the money. No. Look, there's no way. Your wife just died. We can't charge you that. And this is a giant talking to him. This is a Hittite. This is the land in Hebron because his wife has died near here. And he's like moving around. And he's he needs to do this right now. And he's like, okay, he's like, look, I have to give you some kind of deal, right? At least and he goes, no, full price. And he's like, okay, just like Sony, but no, full price. And the guy's like, okay, like, 90%, no, full price. And the guy's like, you know what? I'm just going to charge you 400 shekels, right? I think that's what it was. Of silver. Just, you want full price? You get super full price. Full price. And that was it. And all these years, even until today, that's his land. That's where he's buried. And the Jews aren't going to wreck it. The Muslims aren't going to wreck it. But this leads you to also think of one other thing. Well, okay, they want to play, let's dig up Nimrod and let's recreate him and blah, blah, blah. In Iraq, right? They're going to clone his body, blah, blah, blah. Look, his body hasn't aged a bit, blah, blah. Okay. Is somebody going and doing this to Abraham? What was he going to say now about all of this? Has somebody cloned him? Like, their bodies are in there. Under. Like, they have these things separate in the way. It's so interesting because it's like half is like Muslim, half is like Jewish, and only certain days, maybe of the year, can that one side go into the other side. It's very just the way they have the land over there. Everything's certain area. But the real bodies are under, probably, most likely, in a cave, like underneath that. But what else is so interesting about that? Anyway, I have to get back to this. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to do the other chapter on another video. Because I talk too much. It's too interesting. Look, And there was also a man that prophesied in the name of the Lord, Urijah, the son of Shemaiah of Kirjath-jearim, who prophesied against the city and against this land, according to all the words of Jeremiah. And when Jehoiakim the king, with all his mighty men and all the princes, heard his words, the king sought to put him to death. Yeah, he's a bad one. He's the son of Josiah, because it's rare. I don't even think, except for David bearing Solomon, who, well, he was a good king till, he lost it. But there's never two good kings in a row of Israel or Judah. But that Josiah is a good king. And sure enough, that Jehoiakim, look what he did. He also, the people made a decision after hearing Jeremiah. They said, don't you remember when Josiah came? And see, Hezekiah was a good king, right? He did not at all put him to death, right? Because he feared the Lord, right? Now, look what the next bad king did. His son, Jehoiakim, he sought to put Urijah to death. But when Urijah heard it, he was afraid and fled and went into Egypt. See? Bad people don't like the truth. What else does this mean? And Jehoiakim the king sent men into Egypt. But when we're being bad, we don't like the truth. It's not bad. It's just a quality. Okay, hello? It's me, it's you, it's all of it. And Jehoiakim the king sent men into Egypt, namely Elnathan, the son of Achbor, and certain men with him into Egypt. Uh-oh. And they fetched forth Urijah out of Egypt. Oh no. Oh, they hunted him down. Oh no. I think I blocked this out. It's a good one to block out. It's sad. Look. And brought him unto Jehoiakim the king, who slew him with the sword. Wow. What an ass. And cast his dead body into the graves of the common people. Nevertheless, the hand of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, was with Jeremiah, that they should not give him into the hand of these people and put him to death. Thank goodness. So he had two buddies. Ahikam. He had one buddy. You know what? This is too much. You know what? I just studied the names of the three sons of Anak. One of their names is Ahiman. The sons of Anak, Ahiman, which means my brother is fortune, Sheshai and Talmai. But you know what? There's almost the names, right? You know how I'm all about these names? What is going on? There's another area. These are giants, without a doubt, these four people. And I thought Kirjath-jearim means this. But something very interesting. In the First Chronicles, and I learned this from watching this Killer Priest video. I went down a hole yesterday. In First Chronicles 9:17, and the porters were Shallum and Akub and Talmon. These are almost the same names as the sons of Anak. The Shal and the Tal. It's weird. And then there is another Ahiman. And their brethren Shallum was the chief. But the previous name of Hebron was Kirjath Arba. So that's what's going there. And this is exactly Eshkol. It's in Hebron. So that is exactly where Joshua, the 12 spies, went and got the grapes. Wow. So you know what? We were reminded then in this story that, yeah, the prophets are not just bad and liars going on right now. It's not just that bad, but look, Jeremiah, the only good one, and that's what they're telling, that God, it's like what God has him in his hand. He's the only one left. That's it. Not one. Not a one other. Not one. And they're reminding of what happened. This is how dangerous it is to speak. About God to anybody. If you think about it, you see how dangerous. So God told Jeremiah, go in there, speak to them, please. And he didn't say please, sorry. Just go in there. Don't worry about how they look. Be ready to die. Go in there. Don't worry about their faces. If you do, I'm going to confound you. I am going to confuse you. We didn't even hear. He didn't even have that problem. Not once have we heard that. Why is he being called a weeping prophet? He just went and stood in God's tabernacle in the, I guess this would be Solomon's house, the first temple that was built. They are standing in there. This is no longer a tent. This is the house of God. These people, all these fake priests and prophets, and he goes in there, Jeremiah, and he goes, you know what? Hearken, listen to the Lord. You are not listening if you don't watch it. He said Shiloh is going to be like whatever, right? He threatened a particular place. And they are just pissed. They're like, how dare you come in here and tell. And then they think about it for a minute. They don't kill him off the bat. Thank goodness, right? And then they decide, well, let us remember. At least they remembered what happened. They did, for some reason, remember what had happened. The people. And they're saying, well, the good King Hezekiah didn't kill the prophet when they came and told him that. And we did repent, and it was okay. But remember what happened when his horrible son, Jehoiakim, no, now we're getting into something else. Doesn't it? See all these names. Hezekiah repented under Josiah, right? But then we get later on into Josiah's son. No, now I'm getting so confused. What is the prophet's name? Micah. Hezekiah hearkened unto Micah. This is what happened. But Jehoiakim, who was the son of Josiah, who that's why I'm having trouble. Josiah was also good. But they're not even saying about Josiah. Oh, this is the time of Josiah. Oh, goodness. It's like a time warp. Anyway, the point is this. If the king is good, they will listen to the prophet. Hezekiah listened to Micah. If the king is bad, as in the case of the good King Josiah, who had his son Jehoiakim, was not good. You know why he's not good? Look what he did. he hunted down Uriah. Now look though, at the end. So I got this paper. The hand of Ahikam. A-H-I. See, doesn't that sound like Ahiman? And look at this next word. Shaphan. S-H-A. P-H-A-N. And look at that. It sounds like Animan Shashai, Animan Shaphan, Animan, Akib Shalom. Right? In the Chronicles. I gotta figure that one out. That is just standing out. These two names. See, there's something going on with these names all over. It's a total study in itself. Maybe when I'm done, that's the first thing. I thought the first thing that I was going to do was try to do places. I might do that too because I really want to just do like maps of when I learn how to edit. But this is just going okay because I don't want to involve that because it will take time or do something away from this probably right now. But then when I edit, I'm going to put a map of this area, the region, all the places that are still there, point them out. That would be very fun. Also, these names. What is going on? Oh my gosh. And you know what? You know when there's like 2 and 3 names of a person, different person, like one is usually good, one will usually not be good. Thank goodness. It separates like that. How would you even know? That story, oh my goodness. That one that is so like a web is that one of Jezebel and her father, her husband, her brother-in-law. They all have very similar names. That's a crazy story. Ahab. Oh, those names. That's like a story in itself. But this ends on such a funny note. It's like, nevertheless, the hand of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, was with Jeremiah, that they should not give him into the hand of the people to put him to death. So he's, you know what? Oh, no. I'm not sure. But isn't that weird? There's another Ahikam. There's a Shaphan.